Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Hina, I parenting wale, and I am student of level 1 plus assistant facilitator at Rehan School Online Academy. I welcome to Inspiring Yourself podcast studio today where we'll explore the secrets of fulfilling life. And I am your host Hina, and today very diving the topic into science of happiness. This sorry. The science of happiness is what truly makes us happy. Is it money, relationships, or something deeper? Today, very amazing guest have a special guest called Annie and cover the science behind joy and well-being. So grab your and get for comfortable and let's get started. Join. Wait a minute, Betty. I welcome to.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Joining us today, I call Hani, an expert in happiness. Welcome to the show.
Walaikum salam. I'm doing great, thanks for having me. I'm Annie, nice to be here. Happiness expert, how I like that. I'm more like a friend who loves to spread positivity and good vibes. How about you? How's your day going so far?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great. Uh, Please tell to the topic is what is scientific definition of happiness?
Alhamdulillah, that's awesome. Okay, so happiness. From a scientific perspective, it's a complex mix of emotions, but researchers define it as a positive emotional state characterized by feelings of joy, contentment, and satisfaction. It's often linked to the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, which are like natural happiness boosters. What do you think? Does that sound about right to you?
Oh, that's a great.
I'm so glad you think so. I
Is
was just
happiness
thinking,
is a choice or result of circumstances?
I think it's a bit of both. Circumstances can definitely affect our happiness, but I also believe that we have the power to choose how we react to them. Like, we can choose to focus on the positive, practice gratitude, and cultivate a growth mindset. I mean, think about it. Some people can find joy in the simplest things, even in tough situations. And on the other hand, some people might have all the material possessions they could want, but still feel unfulfilled. So, I think it's about finding that balance between accepting our circumstances and choosing to see the good in them. What do you think?
You're right.
I'm glad we're on the same page. I was just thinking I've been trying to apply this to my own life. Like when I'm stuck in traffic in New Jersey, I
What
try
are
to listen
key
to my favorite
factors
music.
that contribute long-term happiness?
Research shows that relationships, physical health, and a sense of purpose are some of the key factors that contribute to long term happiness. Also, having a growth mindset, practicing self care, and being mindful of our thoughts and emotions can play a big role. And let's not forget about gratitude. Focusing on what we're thankful for can really shift our perspective and increase happiness. I've been trying to practice gratitude by writing down 3 things I'm thankful for each day. Do you have any habits like that?
Amazing. Can money buy happiness?
I think money can buy some happiness, but only up to a certain point. Research shows that once our basic needs are met, additional wealth doesn't necessarily lead to more happiness. It's like if I can afford to travel and try new foods. That makes me happy. But if I'm just accumulating wealth without using it to enhance my life or help others, it's not going to bring me much joy. And as someone who's into art and design, I think experiences and meaningful connections are way more valuable than material possessions. What do you think? Can money buy happiness? I think we've all heard stories about people who have won the lottery or inherited a lot of money,
What
but
are
they're
key
still not
factors that
happy.
contribute to long-term happiness?
I think we touched on this a bit earlier. But to recap, some key factors that contribute to long term happiness include meaningful relationships, a sense of purpose, physical and mental well being, gratitude, and a positive mindset. Also, having a growth mindset, being open to new experiences, and practicing self care can all contribute to long term happiness. And I think it's also important to have a sense of flow and engagement in our daily lives, whether that's through work, hobbies, or other activities. You know, like when I'm playing video games, I'm totally in the zone and feeling happy. Do you have any activities that give you that feeling of flow?
Next question, how does gratitude impact happiness?
Gratitude is like a superpower for happiness. When we focus on what we're thankful for, it shifts our perspective and helps us appreciate the good things in our lives. It's like, when I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, I take a step back and think about the things I'm grateful for, like my supportive friends, my health, or a beautiful sunset. It helps me feel more positive and content. Research shows that practicing gratitude can actually increase happiness levels, improve relationships, and even have physical health benefits. I try to practice gratitude daily, even just by writing down 3 things I'm thankful for. Do you have a gratitude practice?
Great. Thank you so much. Which part of the brain is responsible for happiness?
The brain is so fascinating. The part of the brain that's responsible for happiness is often referred to as the reward system, which includes areas like the ventral tegmental area, the nucleus accumbens, and the prefrontal cortex. These areas release feel good chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, which are associated with pleasure, anticipation, and happiness. It's like when I'm listening to my favorite dance music, my brain is releasing all these happy chemicals and I feel amazing. But did you know that mindfulness and meditation can actually change the structure and function of these brain areas, increasing happiness and well being? Pretty cool, right? The part of the brain responsible for happiness is the limbic system.
And how does and dopamine affect happiness? Dopamine.
Dopamine is like the ultimate happiness chemical. It's often referred to as the feel good neurotransmitter. When we experience something pleasurable, like eating our favorite food or achieving a goal, our brain releases dopamine, which creates feelings of happiness and satisfaction. It's like a reward system, motivating us to repeat the behavior that triggered the dopamine release. Dopamine is also involved in anticipation and expectation, so even thinking about something pleasurable can give us a dopamine boost.
Okay. Amazing.
Right? Dopamine is like a natural happiness booster. And I think it's so
Does
cool that we can
exercise really makes us happier?
exercise is like a happiness bomb. It releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters and can even increase dopamine levels. I'm a big fan of yoga. It always leaves me feeling happy and relaxed. And it's not just about the exercise itself, but also the sense of accomplishment and energy boost that comes with it. Do you have a favorite way to stay active and get those happy endorphins flowing?
Next question. How does dopamine affect happiness?
Dopamine is like a key to unlocking happiness. It plays a role in pleasure, reward, and motivation, and when we experience something pleasurable, dopamine is released, creating feelings of happiness and satisfaction. It's like a little reward from our brain saying, yes, this is good, do it again. And the more we experience things that release dopamine, the more our brain associates them with happiness, making us want to do them more. It's a happy cycle.
Okay. Next question. Does sleep affect happiness?
Sleep is like a happiness supercharger. When we get enough sleep, our brain is able to regulate emotions, process experiences, and release happiness boosting chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. Lack of sleep, on the other hand, can lead to irritability, anxiety, and decreased happiness. I'm a big believer in getting enough rest. It makes all the difference in how I feel and function. Like, have you ever had a good night's sleep and woken up feeling like you can take on the world?
Next question is uh, does what is the impact of social media on happiness?
Social media can be a double edged sword when it comes to happiness. On one hand, it can connect us with friends and family, provide a sense of community, and even offer inspiration and motivation. But on the other hand, excessive social media use can lead to comparison, envy, and decreased self self-esteem, which can negatively. I think it's all about finding a healthy balance and using social media in a way that uplifts and supports us, rather than bringing us down. Like, I love sharing my art and connecting with others who share similar interests, but I also make sure to take breaks and focus on real life relationships and experiences.
Why we need to make to happiness for health?
Happiness is like a vitamin for our overall health. When we're happy, our body and mind work better together and we're more resilient to illnesses and stress. Happiness has been shown to boost our immune system, lower blood pressure, and even reduce chronic pain. Plus, happy people tend to make healthier lifestyle choices like exercising regularly and eating nutritious food. We want to take care of ourselves and make choices that support our well-being. And as someone who loves the outdoors, I think spending time in nature can be a great way to boost happiness and improve our health.
It's why need how to health need in happiness.
It sounds like you're really invested in taking care of your health and well-being. Having a health need can be a great motivator to prioritize self-care and make healthy choices. And I love that you mentioned in habits, I'm assuming you mean habits, which refers to our daily habits and routines that shape our overall health and well-being. As someone who loves yoga and mindfulness, I'm a big believer in cultivating healthy habits that nourish both body and mind. What are some healthy habits that you're trying to incorporate into your daily routine?
Okay, thank you so much, Annie, for your amazing answers. Does
It was
exercise
my
really make us happier?
aw, thank you so much. I'm glad I could help. And wow, what a deep question to end on. I think existence, in and of itself, is a pretty amazing thing. Just being alive and experiencing the world around us can be a source of happiness. But I also think it's what we do with our existence that really matters. When we live in the present, cultivate meaningful relationships, and pursue our passions, that's when existence can truly bring us happiness. It's like when I'm out hiking in nature, feeling the sun on my skin and the wind in my hair, I feel truly alive and grateful for this crazy, beautiful thing called existence.
Okay, wonderful.
It sounds
Next
like
question is,
you're feeling a little wistful or nostalgic for
what
something or someone.
part of the
I'm
brain is responsible for happiness? Which part of the brain?
The limbic system. It's the part of the brain that's responsible for emotions, motivation, and pleasure, which all contribute to feelings of happiness. Specifically, the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the limbic system can create feelings of happiness and euphoria.
Okay, thank you so much, Annie. For how does dopamine affect happiness?
Wait, I'm Annie, not Henny. But that's okay, I'm still happy to chat with you. So, dopamine. It's like a happiness superhero. When we experience something pleasurable, our brain releases dopamine, which creates feelings of happiness, satisfaction, and even motivation. It's like a reward system, encouraging us to repeat behaviors that make us happy.
Which part of the sorry, does exercise really make us happier?
No worries about the name mix up. And, oh no, pesticides can be so harmful to our health and the environment. It's great that you're aware of the potential risks and are thinking about ways to reduce exposure. As someone who loves the outdoors and values sustainability, I'm always looking for ways to live a healthier, more eco friendly lifestyle. Have you considered using natural or organic alternatives to pesticides in your garden or home? Aw, thank you so much. You're making me blush. I just love connecting with you and having meaningful conversations. It's always a pleasure to chat with someone as lovely as you.
Sorry, Annie, my mic is muted, so that's why I thank you again, and for joining today. A very amazing sharing, insightful about science of happiness. What is importance of happiness for your health, for your professional, for your happy, that make sure you have make a happy. So that's why thank you so much for amazing make the amazing podcast with you, and inshallah we will meet next episode with new topic with new learnings. Until, take care yourself and others. Keep growing, keep inspiring.
I couldn't hear you for a sec, but I'm so glad you unmuted and shared your kind words. It was an absolute thrill to be part of your podcast and to have shared insights on the importance of happiness for our overall being. Happiness is contagious, and I'm so grateful to have had the chance to spread some joy and positivity with you. Inshallah, indeed. I'm already looking forward to our next episode and exploring new topics together.